riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
Yeah, leaving Miami is always a little stressful here on I-95. Can be a little bit of a white knuckle drive. Lanes are narrow. But anyways, here we are departing on what is probably the longest trip to date. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but at some point here really soon, we're gonna be driving to the west. It's 105 miles in 13 miles per gallon. Has been my my mileage, which is really good. I'm gonna take a break now here at the rest area and get something to eat. Well, cheers. This will wake me up. Well, if you ever see a hill in this part of Florida, it's probably a landfill. The sun is going to set here real soon. So we're gonna find somewhere to park for the evening. We're near Titusville, actually near Cocoa. It's gonna be a beautiful sunset though. Check it out. Alright, here we are. Putting gas at $189.99. That's a pretty good deal.
As night falls, I decide to stay at the Walmart in Titusville, Florida. In theory, not RV friendly, there are no overnight parking signs, but rumor has it that it is not enforced unless someone causes trouble, so please don't.
Well, good morning. Slept relatively well. Of course, someone started cutting the grass at 5 a.m., so they woke me up.
Yes, someone else arrived later last night. Now, I am gonna make me some coffee and finish waking up.
Let's continue the journey. Cracker Barrel.
Showing results for Cracker Barrel.
I'm going to Cracker Barrel for breakfast, of course, and also to meet up with this traveler, with whom I intend to do some exploring around the area before I continue due north.
It's a beautiful day. Very humid this morning. Interesting how the back of the fridge, it's dry, almost. By the way, in case you didn't notice, I moved. I'm at the Cracker Barrel now. Gonna have breakfast. You know that guy? That's this traveler, because he discovers and disputes sometimes and disturbs, not really, But anyway, here's the guy with the blue range in the chat if you've seen one of the live videos. And we're gonna check out some of the wildlife here in central eastern Florida. We're gonna go to Merritt Island.
We specifically are going to do the Black Point Wildlife Drive, which is part of the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge.
Well, we're gonna have to leave Mini-Tini behind, and we're gonna go in Eric's car.
To be honest, I am kind of nervous leaving Mini-Tini behind by the entrance. I mean, I don't even know for sure whether I'm legally parked, but I'm not blocking anything, so hopefully nothing will happen. Let's just enjoy the drive and the wildlife. Is that an anhinga? Sure looks like one. There's a cool looking egret. I mean, I am by no means an expert in Florida fauna, but I think that's what it was. After much deliberation, we agreed this is a roseate spoonbill. The first one I've actually seen in the wild. The last one I saw was in that wildlife park we visited in Homosassa, but that felt more like a zoo. This feels a lot more wild, I guess. And I'm sorry about the slight blurriness, there is some weird refraction going on with the windshield. There goes the majestic great blue heron, one of my favorite Florida birds. Here's another spoonbill, and two more flying. Lots of wildlife, mostly birds though. This must be a bird watcher's paradise, or ornithologists if you are more serious about it. I am neither, but still I am enjoying the drive quite a bit. And here's a large concentration by this waterhole. Some folks with large, expensive-looking lenses. This one almost looks prehistoric, doesn't it? This has been a lot of fun, but it is time to continue. Luckily, Mini-Tini is still there, let me tell you. All this time it's been in the back of my mind. Well, yeah, Eric, thank you for stopping traffic while I do my backing maneuver here. Before I continue north towards Jacksonville, we're gonna stop one more time. Here we are. It is a manatee observation deck right here on the Howlover Canal. The canal joins the Mosquito Lagoon and the northern end of the Indian River, and I betcha I know why they named it Mosquito Lagoon. The bloodsuckers must be massive come sundown.
Fly, pelican. And he flew. Well, it was fun to hang out with Eric once again. This traveler, we did the wildlife drive and the manatee viewing area where there were no manatee, but we saw a pelican. So I was still kind of nervous because I had to leave the RV behind, and I wasn't sure if I was legally parked over there. But anyways, thank you, Eric, for the tour, and we'll see you on the way back. Oh, he's still back there. He's following me.
Always cool to see Mini-Tini from the point of view of someone else's camera, because I never get to see it from that perspective. And here I am, turning onto US 1 North. And pretty soon, I-95. Next stop, Jacksonville, where I am going to meet up with Randall and his family, and both Mini-Tini and the Colorado are going to get a very nice detailing job.
It is official. I am now driving to the west into the sunset. Cue the music.
Driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west.
By the way, great to hang out once again with Randall and his family. And Mini-Tini has never been shinier. Maybe today, maybe I have a fly inside my car. Come on, fly away. In front, I want to fly away. He's somewhere in there. Anyways, driving to the west. I'm gonna take a break now, have dinner, and I'm gonna push it a little bit through the night, because this part of Florida I've driven many times, so it's not like I'm gonna be missing anything. And it's a nice highway to drive at night, because it is just, pretty straight. It gets a little hilly once you get to the Tallahassee area, but yep. And tomorrow we'll make it to Mobile.
Driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west. Driving to the west, into the sunset, driving to the west.
Well, let's have dinner. Well, here we have some leftover pork loin and veggies from New Year's Eve. Let's remove the alarm and let's cook. Maybe I'll add a little bit of rice and see how would that work out. 10 minutes boiling with the rice might work. I'm gonna cover it up and see how this works out. Bon appetit. Looks like in here as I traverse I-10 West. Too many screens, perhaps?
I continue pushing through into the dark night. Tallahassee, Florida. It is around 8 p.m. and I'm going to stay at the surprise Walmart Supercenter. This one also has a no overnight parking sign, but I have a feeling we'll be okay.
It's another foggy night here. And good morning, everybody, from the Walmart here. Today we continue driving to the west. Well, good morning. I woke up here at the crack of dawn because we got some bad weather coming our way. Believe it or not, actually, it's like a cold front coming southeast, and I'm gonna be driving west. So I'm just gonna drive through it, punch through it, and hopefully it will just be like an hour or two of rain. I was repositioning my screens here, and I let me show you what I did. I was gonna put the GPS over here, but I don't like it over here. It just takes too much of my visual line of sight. So I'm gonna keep it there in the center. I just put it as close to the windshield as possible and a little further closer to me, so it's easier to enter a destination. And it doesn't interfere with the Sony camera anymore, so we should be good. Anyway, it's turning out to be a beautiful sunrise. Check it out. And we're gonna hit the road here real soon. Actually, it looks a lot better in real life than the camera can. Oh, there we go. This could be tricky. I mean, the lady in front of me will probably leave soon, but I can do this.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Oh, and it started to rain while I was here. Anyway, $26 and $26.20 for 13.1 gallons. I don't know if that's gonna last all the way to Alabama, but I'm really hoping so. Let's consult our trip computer here. And we've got 235 miles to go, and
In 0.2
249 miles is my
change
range. Nope,
support, and
we're
then
gonna have to
turn
put
right
gas
700 feet.
one more time before, because I don't like cutting it so close, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be a nasty couple of hours, and I've got a little tangled up here getting out of Tallahassee. I put gas, and then I realized I forgot to close the anyway, it's a long story. Guess we're gonna have to punch through this. It almost feels like it is nighttime, and it is not. It's 8:21 a.m., but yeah. We're going through that red section that we saw on the map. Quite a bit of visible hurricane damage in this area. Of course, we are just north of Mexico Beach, so this is where the hurricane would have come through. And apparently the rest area where I wanted to have breakfast, you know, cook me some pancakes or something, is closed.
We're crossing the Apalachicola River, and you know what that means, right? We are entering the Central Time Zone.
Changing time zone.
Thank you.
We are now 1 hour earlier than Miami.
Okay, let's take a little bit of a long break here. I'm kind of starving, so we're gonna make some pancakes. I'm probably just gonna make like 2 or 3 ginormous pancakes, and maybe I'll eat them all, maybe I won't. Just perfect. Love it. Our next stop is the highest point in the state of Florida. Not the peninsula, but the state is here in the Panhandle, in the area which, in my opinion, should rightfully belong to Alabama. But it is Florida, so I'm not complaining. I was gonna pass by the highest point in the state of Florida, but I changed my mind. I really want to get to this place, full hookups. But it'll be pretty windy out here and it's getting a little colder.
I don't know if you noticed, but the sun came out and it is now a beautiful day as we approach Pensacola. Soon after Pensacola, we say goodbye to the state of Florida. And as you probably know by now, we won't be seeing the Sunshine State for a while.
Welcome to Alabama.
Thank you.
Yes, here we are, Sweet Home Alabama. My home for the next 2 nights. I am going to stay at the same place I stayed the last time I was here, the SKP's Rainbow Plantation in Summerdale, Alabama. It is priced right and pretty close to where I want to go. Besides, I've already been here, so I know what to expect. Bear with me. It is a brand new prop ride hitch and I'm still getting the hang of it. Once I do, it is going to be a piece of cake.
Gotta love full hookups.
On the next video, we are going to circle around Mobile Bay, through Gulf Shores, Fort Morgan. We are going to take the ferry to Dauphin Island, and then Beulah Battery, and eventually Mobile, Alabama. Stay tuned.